very good evening, swimming fans. Welcome here to the Brisbane Aquatic Centre. This night 3 of the Hancock Prospecting Australian Swimming Trials. Kurt Hansen joined here by Gian Rooney and James Magnuson, and a short and sharp finals program coming up, guys. Just 3 major events, and we kick it off with another event close to your heart, the 200 freestyle. Everyone here, Gian Rooney, the backstroker. What about Gian Rooney, the world champion 200 freestyler?
Thank you, Kurt. I'll have to pay you later. Very nice of you to say that. But yes, it was a long time ago, 2001. So these girls have eclipsed all those times far and beyond. But a very exciting race tonight. I can't wait to see Emma McKeon up against Ariane Titmus. How exciting. Ariane obviously coming off a great 400 on night 1, and Emma coming off a great 100 fly night 1 as well. So in terms of that, these 2 girls are just pushing the boundaries in this event, and obviously there's a couple of other spots up there in for grabs, because this 4x2 heading into World Championships is going to be mean, so this final is going to be fast.
Yeah, love it. Shayna Jack steps up to the 200, looked pretty strong in the heats this morning. Bree Throssell, Leonil, the girls that have been in the Australian team and they've had a taste of what it's like, they want to get back in there for this World Championships. But Ariane, a Commonwealth record in the 2 and 4 at Nationals. She did it on night 1 in the 4.
Yeah.
Can she do it in the 2, you think?
I reckon she possibly can, yes.
Yep.
We've shown that she has got speed, and every time we see Ariane in the water, there is a special time to be had. So I certainly won't put it past her tonight. However, Emma looked stunning in the heats this morning. So if those 2 can push each other the whole way, I think we're in for a very fast time.
Yeah, first event off the ranks tonight, so can't wait for that one. Maggie, for you, men's 200 metres butterfly. It's going to be an interesting one, and that qualifying time is going to be a tough one for them to get.
Yeah, the qualifying time is the thing to watch tonight. 1:55.5. It's a pretty tough time. None of our guys in the race tonight had an entry time as fast as that. So if one of them wants to qualify for the World Championships, they're going to have to set themselves apart from the field. They're going to have to break away, have a big race, and really focus on getting that time rather than competing with the other guys in the race.
Yeah, David Morgan, I guess it's an event he's made his own over the last few years. Rio Olympian, integral part of that medley relay as well. And the rest of the boys are really going to be chasing him.
Yeah, Dave Morgan in the box seat tonight. He qualified fastest, but we've also got Nick Brown and Grant Irvine right on his heels. They'll push him all the way. They both looked in good form this morning. Like we said, let's watch that qualifying time and see if they can dip under.
Yeah, an interesting one, that 200 fly. And then we finish it off with the 800 freestyle. And wow, Jack McLaughlin, he has set the pool alight. And for mine, I don't know about you guys, but he's been one of the standout performers.
I totally agree. He's been sensational, and his stroke has looked just on song here in Brisbane. So Jack, for me, is the one to beat. This is an interesting final because there's a few things to play here. Matt Horton doesn't have an individual swim as of yet. This is the event that he needs to make sure he's got an individual spot on this World Championship team. So it's all on the line for Mac tonight. But we do have some challenging as well, that anything could happen. And as we know, the 800 is such a tactical race, considering it is also an Olympic event next year. This is one where we're going to see a lot of moves in.
Yeah, Maggie, for you, you can't talk highly enough about Jack McLaughlin here. Victory in the 400 on night 1. What about his 200 last night? Went under the radar there. He was 4th, almost in the top 3, and he's booked a spot in the relay for the 4x2.
Yeah, his strokes looked amazing this week. He's riding a wave of confidence. He's looked great in the water. He'll be feeling really confident going into tonight's race. They've developed a bit of a rivalry, particularly over the last 18 months, Mac and Jack. So hopefully they can use that to boost their performances tonight. Mac probably hasn't been looking or feeling the best in the water so far this week. So let's see how deep he can dig tonight in this 800. It'll be a real test of character for him if he wants an individual swim at the World Championships.
Oh, it's going to be good. Don't go anywhere, because this action is going to be fast and furious, and you don't want to miss it. But just moments away from a start, night 3 of our Australian Swimming Trials here from the Brisbane Aquatic Centre. Get our action underway, and please make welcome to pool deck our technical officials for our night 3 finals. And let's meet our crew. Firstly, our referees for tonight's session. Our referee for the men's events from Queensland, Alan Smith. A referee for the women's events from Queensland, Sarah Emery. Our starters for this session. Our starter for the men's events from Queensland, David Gregory. Our starter for the women's events from Queensland, Steve Carsley. And we'd like to welcome and thank our technical manager for this meet from Western Australia, Kay Bolger. We now invite our technical officials to please take their seats. And we're going to get our Night 3 finals underway with a special school community event. Please welcome to pool deck. It's the boys 4x50 metre freestyle relay. So the 4x50 medley relay in lane 2, it's St Joseph's Nudgee. In lane 3, St Joseph's Gregory Terrace Junior Team. In lane 4, St Joseph's Nudgee. In lane 5, Team Churchy Blue. In 6, St Joseph's Gregory Terrace Junior Team. And in lane 7, Churchy Grey. Presents you your finalists here in that 4x50 metre boys medley relay. Racing, our community schools 4x50 medley relay, and Maggie, a couple of different shapes and sizes here for the boys and varying age groups. Obviously is probably going to see a bit of a gap between each of the teams. Yeah, we could have a bit of a discrepancy in age here, but the boys have got a great opportunity here tonight to swim in the race competition pool. They all looked pretty excited in that announcement at the start. Yeah, so coming down, first change over here. It looks like good lead off there, Churchy Grey. James Yu, 27.74. It's a pretty quick 50 backstroke, 27 point. Team Churchy Blue there in lane 5 in second spot. And now into the breaststroke here. And stroking away strongly for Churchy Grey, Elliot Webber in lane 7. Looks like Jack Duganjic of Churchy Blue in lane 5. And the boys at the front having a nice tussle as they come down the halfway mark. It will be Churchy Grey just in front of Churchy Blue, and whoa, no love lost between the two schools. Well, one school, but two teams. Yeah, there'll be a bit of competition there. I think I'm going to have to ask Nudgee College after the race if I can grab a pair of those blue and white Speedos. They are fresh. Yeah, loving the stripes into this butterfly leg, and still out there, Churchy Grey. Jake Bible now for them. Tom Carrick for Churchy Blue, and then back to third spot. Looks like it is lane 4 there. St Joseph's Nudgee, Harrison Turner in the butterfly leg, and now fourth and final freestyle anchor leg. Oh, what a race we've got here. Churchy Blue, Kai Taylor in lane 5, Sam Knott for Churchy Grey in lane 7, stroke for stroke. The boys are firing up on the last 50. Look at that stroke rate. Yeah, under the flags, and looks like a good anchor leg here by Kai Taylor, and it will be Churchy Blue that takes it out. A 150.38, and looks ahead of Churchy Grey. 151.16, and right back there, St Joseph's Nudgee, 156.05. What an anchor leg there. And then our two junior teams out there as well, Maggie. Looks like St Joseph's Gregory Terrace and junior teams, so a little bit of a change in the age groups in lanes 3 and 6. Yeah, the boys punching above their weight tonight. They've swum a good race, finishing it off now, looking strong. Yeah, Lachlan Kalagaris there for St Joseph's Gregory Terrace on the wall. in lane 3, and then out there in lane 6, looks like Oscar Spicer for his St. Joseph's Gregory Terrace junior team. So congratulations, well done to all our community schools there, obviously all from the local Brisbane area, and great experience and great fun racing here before the big event coming up in just a few moments' time. And then you see those official results on the relay. Hope you enjoyed watching that on the live stream, and don't go too far away. The big stuff up next, our first major final, that women's 200 metre freestyle. Let's get the action underway. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to the pool deck your finalists for the women's 200 metres freestyle. Let's meet our starters. In lane 1 for the USC Spartans, Michaela Sheridan. Lane 2 for St. Peter's Western, Ariane Titmus. For UWA West Coast in lane 3, Brianna Throssell. In 4 for Griffith University, Emma McKeon. For St. Peter's Western in lane 5, Shayna Jack. In 6 for the USC Spartans, Leah Neal. Lane 7, representing Marion, Madison Wilson. And in lane 8 for Acacia Bayside, Carla Buchanan. Essentially your finalists here for the women's 200 metres freestyle. So racing our first final of the night, it's a big one. The women's 200 freestyle, 4 laps of the pool, individual world title spots up for grabs, and so too relays. And Maggie Shawley, the two to look out for here. Ariane Titmus, the Commonwealth record holder, and so too Emma McKeon, the current World Championship silver medalist.
Yeah, look for Emma McKeon and Shayna Jack to be out fast this first 100 metres. Both good 100 freestylers in their own right. If Ariane can sit with them, that'll drag her along and hopefully get her a faster time, as we see Emma lead the field around.
Split from McKeon, 26.18. That is a rocket split. She's going out so fast, and wow, we knew it was fast. Do you think she'd go out that fast?
I did, to be honest. I think if she wants to beat Ariane, this is the way to do it. Gap her in this first 100 and don't give her a shot that last 50. We can see Ariane already moving up on Emma now.
We take a look at this split. Titmus's Commonwealth record split, 56.06. What do they go around in here? 55.35. So they're under that Commonwealth record split. So come on, Brisbane. Let's make some noise and get behind these girls. McKeon equaled for that silver medal at the World Championships with Katie Ledecky in Budapest 2 years ago. And now Titmus, Maggie, down this third lap, making a move.
Yeah, Emma's still looking good, though. She's still holding her off at this stage. It'll be interesting to see how they come off this third turn. Emma's good underwater, good with her skills, so let's see if she can hold off Ariane in this turn.
Yeah, 125.28 the split, 124.95, so they're still under Commonwealth record pace. Let's bring them home this final lap. McKeon and Titmus trying to push themselves right there around that 154 mark. Look at the battle for third. It's an absolute beauty for the miners.
Titmus has it all to do here.
So down the final stages, McKeon swimming the race of her life at the moment, trying to hang on. Titmus trying to make a late charge. The battle for third's a blanket, but gee, McKeon, this is class. The time touches 154.55, just outside the Commonwealth record. What a swim. Emma McKeon takes the win ahead of Ariane Titmus. An incredible battle for the minor placings. Shayna Jack right there in third, 156.37. Brianna Throssell, 156.62. And Maddie Wilson, 156.85. Wow.
That's 5 really world-class times there. That was a huge race. That was exactly what Emma McKeon needed to do if she wanted to beat Ariane. She put it out there, that first 100, really fast. Great last turn and was able to hold her off that last 25 metres. That was a gutsy swim and a great result for Emma, well deserved.
Yeah, fantastic result. What takes almost half a second off her lifetime best as well. So fantastic swim. It's just so aggressive, just got after it from the start. And not just one, but 2 world-class 200 freestylers in the Savannahs. Australia's blessed going towards Gwangju, aren't we?
That relay team is looking red hot as well. That's 4 really good swimmers you're going to have for that relay team, plus a couple of backups that are world-class as well. So that's one of our best medal chances, I would say, leading into this World Championships.
Yeah, so fantastic racing there. You see Emma McKeon had a fantastic meet so far and just continues that great run. And she'll be so happy with that personal best time as well. And it looks like both Emma and Ariane are down there on pool deck with Gian.
Wow, what a swim, ladies. That was sensational. I'll start with you, Em. Congratulations. That's a PB for you.
Yeah, that is a PB. I don't really know what to say. It's like I haven't done a PB in that race for quite a while now, and I think I lost a bit of confidence in it for a bit. But I'm happy to do a 154 again, and yeah, just give me a bit more confidence in my freestyle.
And your race plan is back. You were out under Commonwealth record for the first 150 metres, which is like what we like to see you do, go out hard and hold on. So you obviously feel good in your stroke at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a while that my freestyles had that like easy speed. So I'm usually out pretty fast, but I have to be able to do it easy. So I'm glad that I could do that tonight.
I loved that between the two of you heading down the pool, you both breathed to the left-hand side. So Ariane could see you heading down the pool. You could see Ariane heading back down the pool. Are you aware of each other in the race?
I think when I'm looking around, I don't race as well, but I kind of just focused on my count of my strokes and my timing and everything. But on that last lap, I could see Arnie and didn't think I'd be like up with her, to be honest. But yeah, it kind of pushed me a bit harder and got to the wall.
Congratulations, sensational swim and a PB for you tonight. Another event to your program at World Champs. Ariane, that was a great swim for you. You've had a big program, still got a little bit to go. How did you feel about that race tonight?
I'm just really happy to be able to race that event at Worlds now, and looking at the times, our relay is looking really great. So I'll go back and look at the swim and figure out what I can try and do to do better at Worlds.
We always know with you and Dean, your coach, always have this strategic race plan, and we know he speaks to you specifically before a race. What did he say before this 200 tonight?
Not much, just give it my best. You know, I knew Em would go out fast, so I tried to stick to my guns with my back end, but Em was too good tonight. She's some an amazing race, but I'm glad we both get to race it again at Worlds.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, that relay team is going to be red hot as well. Congratulations, lady. Another event for a World Champs program. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, girls. World-class swimming there. And yeah, brilliant stuff. Emma McKeon, new PB, second fastest Australian all time, and just a few hundredths of a second off that Commonwealth record of Ariane's as well. And exciting times, not just for them both in that individual 200 freestyle, but also that women's 4x2 coming up in South Korea. And please make welcome to pool deck now your B finalists here for the women's 200 metres freestyle. And into the water we go. The B finalists here for the women's 200 freestyle. And Gian, tough for these girls to make that final. It was a red-hot final, wasn't it? And some of them just missing out, and probably a testament to the quality of what this B final is as well.
Exactly right. You look at some of the names that are in this B final. You've got Kia Melverton swimming in lane 5, second in the 1500 last night. Laura Taylor, Commonwealth Games silver medalist in the 200 fly. Kortaku Nawadi, who's been an Australian swim team member before. And Lani Pallister, who we've been speaking about as one of the up-and-comers and a surf queen. We're hoping we don't lose her to the surf and that she stays in the water, in the pool that is. So some big names, and as you said, it's testament to the calibre of the A final that we have such great swimmers lining up in the B tonight.
Yeah, certainly. You can see how tight it is coming down this first 100, and it looks like it is Elise Woods here, the 20-year-old from Melbourne Vic Centre, just with the edge, and make the turn at the halfway mark. Woods goes through 57.99. Just in front, but Melverton ripped it there as well, 57.91, so came out of nowhere. And yeah, Kia Melverton, what a meet she's had. Nailed it that 400 on night one, and then backed it up in the 1500, and it's getting a program, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's quite a few events. For a lot of the athletes, we're seeing a lot of them diversify between their events and their strokes, to be honest, as well. So this 200 freestyle really, it's never a specialised distance as a 200 free, because for the most part you either have sprinters coming up to a 200, you have a middle distance in a 400 coming down to the 200 distance, and we see that in the athletes we've got in the pool tonight.
Yeah, so Melverton having a fantastic second 100 here, and just skipped away on the rest of the field, probably just a class above, and shows what great form she's in. And this time will be under 2 minutes. And well under 1:58.48, so great time there for Melverton, and obviously that time this morning would have well and truly got her into that final tonight, the A final.
That's right. Great to see everyone swimming in a B final though, because we do recognise that at an Australian Championships level, at a World Championships level, this would be a semi-final tonight, and the top 8 going on to a final. So all of these girls looking for another hit out to continue that racing program.
Yeah, so two of our distance swimmers there showing they've got a bit of toe over the 4 laps as well. Melverton and Pallister both under the 2-minute mark in that B final matchup. I don't want to be too far away from our next event, and that men's 200 fly final. And again, gee, the takeaway from that A final from that women's 200 freestyle, obviously fantastic swim by both McKean and Titmus, but what about the battle for third, fourth, fifth, just hundredths of a second, and yeah, all the big names were there.
It certainly is, and I love seeing that, because of course we're not only talking about individual events, we're talking about relays, and Australia has such a rich history in our relay history,
Yeah,
I guess.
culture, isn't
our
it?
culture, and all the athletes love swimming relays, and especially when you're standing on a medal dais, accepting a medal, they're better than ever.
Yeah, see Kia Melverton there on screen, obviously winner of the B final there, and has had a fantastic championship so far over the first 3 nights of competition. From the girls, we're moving on to the boys again, and please make welcome to the pool deck your finalists here for the men's 200 metres butterfly. And let's meet our swimmers. Firstly in lane 1 for Carlisle, Edward Marks. Representing Nunawading in lane 2, Matthew Temple. For TSS Aquatic in lane 3, David Morgan. Representing UWA West Coast in lane 4, Grant Irvine. For UWA West Coast in lane 5, Nicholas Brown. In 6 for Nunawading, Bowen Goff. For St Peters Western in lane 7, Charles Cox. And in lane 8, representing Chandler, Lucas Humanuik. So to your finalists here for the men's 200 metres butterfly. Racing men's 200 fly final. 2 spots up for grabs in that World Championships in 5 weeks' time, G. But not just a race here, but a race against the clock, and that qualifying time, 1:55.58. It's going to be a tough one.
Extremely fast qualifying time in this event. So the boys, as you mentioned, are after 2 things here. Obviously to try and secure 1 or 2 on the wall, but the more important thing is under that qualifying time. Interesting to see where David Morgan is and is at this point in time, but Grant Irvine's the one that I'm keeping a close eye on. Just moved from long-time coach in Michael Bowl over to train UWA West Coast with Mick Palfrey. So sitting next to him in lane 5, Nicholas Brown, they are now training partners. And whenever an athlete moves to a new coach and a new program, you can expect a bit of settling in. So interesting to see where Grant is tonight.
Yeah, we'll check them out here. Maybe Morgan just with the lead at the halfway mark, and they make the turn there, and it is Morgan 54.94, just ahead of Irvine 55.27. Temple out there 55.40. They need to get that pacing right here, and Irvine, second fastest Australian in history. He's gone a 1:55.3. And then third fastest is Morgan, a 1:55.6. And just goes to show how fast that qualifying time is, 1:55.5. They're going to have to go a PB if they want to make it on the team automatically.
And we're seeing David Morgan now exert a bit of influence over this race, well out in front at the 150 metre mark. He is a Commonwealth Games silver medalist in this event. He want to make sure that he's the first to the wall, but watching the pianos start to fall on all our swimmers. This is the toughest part.
We've really got to dig deep here now. Qualifying 1:55.58. It's going to be very tough to get to. Morgan trying to hang on. Irvine right there. Temple outside of him. And they're going to come down on the touch. 1:55.26. Oh, gutsy. Personal best, David Morgan, and under the qualifying time, and the emotion, doesn't he love it?
Sensational swim. Congratulations, David Morgan, 1:55.26. Not only a PB, but under that qualifying time, so booking a seat on the plane to Guangzhou.
Yeah, brilliant. Second fastest Australian in history, now behind Nick Darcy. Fantastic swim, personal best, and automatic qualification, and that's exactly what he needed to deliver tonight. And he's done inside. That was just a really gutsy final 50, and you can tell the glow coming off him. A lot of lactic acid there around, but official results there on the screen. And it was a great swim from Grant Irvine as well, 1:55.89, not far off his own personal best, and that's really going to throw his name right in the ring.
Just outside of the qualifying time, but as he said, definitely thrown his hat in the ring. Be up to selectors, but certainly given it a good crack. Congratulations to Matthew Temple as well, finishing in third with 1:56.58.
So there you go on screen there. Morgan, of course, Rio Olympian, and yeah, big bronze medalist, a member of that men's 4x1 medley relay, and now finds himself off the back of the Commonwealth Games silver, now off to the World Championships, and he's with Maggie.
Yeah, I'm going to try and talk to Dave Morgan. He looks like he's about to explode, to be honest, so hopefully he's got some talking left in him. Dave, bloody gutsy swim, mate. How'd that feel?
It killed. I knew I had to go out hard. Like Grant's, we've been racing against each other for ages, and I know what his speed is like. And usually I have a really strong back end, but I knew if I wanted to try and do well in that, I had to kind of go out a bit faster than I usually do.
Were you watching the rest of the field, or are you quite aware of the qualifying time and trying to really dominate the other guys to get under that QT?
It's just really just trying to better myself. Trying to get that qualifying time was the aim, and I did it, so I'm really stoked with that.
Does that feel like a big weight off the shoulders now, with the 100 still to come later in the week?
No, I like to keep the pressure on myself. I've got to keep that going. It's one tick done, on to the next one.
And will you do a reshave of the head before that 100 fly, or are you good to go for the week now?
No, I'll do another shave.
Everybody, Dave Morgan, your winner in the 200 butterfly. Great job, mate.
Wow, that was fantastic. Such a tough swim. It's always a tough event. You can't do an easy 200 fly at any level, but for him to really lift there, and I think Grant appreciated that as well, getting dragged along a little bit by David as well.
Especially in that 200, you can see the different race tactics as well. David was out fast. Out hard, out fast, led for the entire race. And that is such a tough way to do it. It's much easier to sit back and in cruise control for the first 150 and then turn on the afterburners. So full credit to him. He's come away with the time and the win.
Yeah, the coaches will be super stoked watching that as well. And, well, here we go. Time flies when you're having fun. And it's our last final of night 3 for the big boys. And welcome them out. It's the men's 800 metres freestyle. Let's meet our field in lane 1 for Nudgee College, Thomas Raymond. In 2, representing Chandler, Mitchell Tinsley. Lane 3 for TSS Aquatic, Joshua Parrish. In 4 for Chandler, Jack McLaughlin. For the Melbourne Vic Centre in lane 5, Mac Horton. Representing Breakers in lane 6, Ben Roberts. In 7 for Brisbane Grammar, Alexander Grant. And rounding out the field in lane 8 for Albany Creek, Daniel Jacobson. We present you your finalists here for the men's 800 metres freestyle. So our last final on the program, and wow, it's been a great night. It's only been short, but it's certainly been sweet, that's for sure. And this 800 freestyle, what can they throw up here? And certainly highlighted by Jack McLaughlin. We said in the preview, he is having the meat of his career right now, and started on night 1, a victory in that 400 freestyle over Mac Horton, and in a new personal best time as well. And then last night, guys, 4th placing in that 200 freestyle to throw himself into that 4x2 freestyle relay as well. And now he starts to come back to what he's known for, 800, and then also the 1500 will be later on in the meet.
So definitely looking at a few things in this race. Once again, first 100 metres, and Jack McLaughlin's stroke just looks sensational. He is in absolute cruise control already, dominating the first 100 metres, wants to be out hard and fast, and have the ability to dictate the speed and the pace of this race. Remember, we are looking for a qualifying time, not just being the first to the wall. But certainly keeping an eye on Mac Horton. As we keep mentioning, he hasn't got an individual spot yet on this World Championship team. He's got a relay spot as part of that 4x2. Really looking to make a move in this 800 and cement an individual swim.
Yeah, certainly. So we go through there as the boys coming down to complete this first 200. And Jack McLaughlin right where you'd expect him to be, that beautiful stroke. He's just in the zone this week so far in front of a home crowd, family and friends as well. And you see there, Mac Horton trying to stick with him in 2nd spot. Pretty tight for 3rd at the moment. Probably spit it out there. Thomas Raymond having a good swim in lane 1 for Nudgee, but they go through. McLaughlin at the 200, 153.23. Then we go to Horton, 155.65. Tinsley out there in lane 2, it is 156.21. Your top 3. And Maggie, he's having the swim, well, he's having the meet of his life as well. Do you recall, I guess every swimmer recalls a meet where just everything's gone right for them and you just never want to stop swimming? And we discussed earlier today, maybe he wants to sleep in the same Speedos every night tonight. He doesn't want to change, don't change anything.
Yeah, that's right, Kurt. Every swimmer has a meet in their life where everything goes right for them and they're just feeling the confidence that they need to race at their best. As we saw earlier in the week, Jack McLaughlin's got speed that we haven't seen from him before now. The 200 that he put in earlier is as quick as he's been. He looks great in that, backing up from the 400. We spoke a little bit earlier about Mac Horton not having an individual event. Not feeling great and being a little out of form and going into an 800 metres trying to qualify for the World Championship team, that is most swimmers' worst nightmare. So Mac's going to have to really dig deep in this 800, and we'll learn a lot about Mac in this race if he really wants to dig deep and have an individual swim at this World Championships.
Well, Jack McLaughlin has kicked again there in that third 100, and he is starting to put a lot of pressure on the rest of the field. And Mac Horton still trying to hang on there in second spot, but only just, and also looking good. And here's Josh Parrish, the 22-year-old from TSS Aquatic. But, gee, looks good, doesn't he, Jack?
Certainly does. Let's talk about Joshua Parrish for a second. Part of that incredibly strong TSS Aquatic squad on the Gold Coast with Chris Nesbitt that we spoke about. We just saw his teammate David Morgan win the 200 fly, so he would be fired up, and he's having a great swim at now, challenging Mac for second position. Also keep an eye on Mitchell Tinsley in lane 2. He's part of that strong Chandler squad with Vince Raleigh, so training partner of Jack McLaughlin. So would see him every day in training, learning from one of the best, watching how he goes about his business, and knowing that at certain times he can make some ground or challenge him on certain parts of certain events. So we're seeing that now, where between Joshua Parrish and Mitchell Tinsley, really challenging Mac all the way for that second position, but Jack McLaughlin out in front and just unchallenged at this point in the race.
Yeah, extending his lead there, and Parrish asking some serious questions of Horton now. And it's going to be very interesting to see if he can respond in this second 400 as the boys start to make their way down to the 500 metre mark. And just in that zone, Jack McLaughlin, 24 years of age, and really last year we thought that was brilliant. 1500 Commonwealth champ on the Gold Coast, and he's taken up a whole other level here. It turns 450.51. This is going to be a red hot time if he can maintain this pace. And now Parrish into second spot, 456.50. Horton 457.21. An interesting battle. It looks like, well, it's all McLaughlin out in front, but Maggie, some work to do for Mac there in third.
Yeah, some work to do for Mac in third. Also for those boys that are sitting in second and third, we've got to keep that qualifying time in mind, 750.97. That is not an easy time. Jack obviously well under that at the moment, but these boys are going to have to keep pushing the pace this last few laps to really challenge that time and book themselves a spot on the team.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight battle, that's for sure. And not just racing each other, but racing against the clock. Yeah, Jack McLaughlin is just in that career best form, and it's been a pleasure to watch so far. We're only 3 days in. We're not even at the halfway mark yet of our trials meet. He turns there, 5:49.86, 600 metre mark. And look at that lead. He extends it. Parrish, 5:56.92. He's battling to try and get himself in there. Horton, I think he's done 5:59.06 in fourth spot. Roberts there. Tinsley, Grant, a little bit further back.
We've got two races going on now, Kurt. We've got Jack McLaughlin out on front on his own trying to set a really good time. Now it looks like Joshua Parrish has cemented that second spot, so he's racing against the clock here to try and get that world qualifying time. So a race in two here, Jack McLaughlin out in front as Josh Parrish races the clock.
Yeah, so Jack with the fifth fastest 800 of all time in Australia, 7:47.31. He's about to get the bell for 2 laps to go. Did that at Pan Pacs last year, and there we go, turn 6:49.28. So if you can have a big dig here, he's going to be really close to that, and Parrish just got to give it everything he's got now in this final 100.
Love seeing the speed that Jack McLaughlin has just turned, coming off that second last turn and heading into the final 100. He's increased his stroke rate, increased up into a 6-beat kick, so everything putting into this last 100 metres. And as we keep mentioning, the 800 free for men has always been a part of the World Championship program, but given that it is an Olympic event for the first time next year, puts a whole new level of interest in this event around the world. So competitors be watching to see what time Jack McLaughlin can perform here tonight. And at this moment, he looks fantastic.
Oh, he's right on his personal best, around that 7:47 mark. It's going to be tight, maybe even a little bit quicker. Oh, he stormed home. It's going to be close. 7:46.79, so another personal best. McLaughlin slips under 7:47 Mark Parrish there, 7:54.94. Just about 4 seconds outside that QT. Mac Horton in there, 8:01.30 in third spot. Back to Roberts in fourth. And Tinsley there in fifth place, 8:08.09. And Jack right there, another personal best. Yeah, every time he hits the water, you just don't want it to stop, do you?
What a fantastic swim. Congratulations, Jack McLaughlin. Just had to do it all on his own, out in front, set his own pace, swim his own race, trust that he was putting in the right amount of effort at the right part. And he's come away with a personal best time, 7:46.79. Great swim, great time. And talk about being in a purple patch. Just want to make sure that we can continue this to the World Championships.
Well, he cements his spot in there, fifth fastest Australian in history, and he's only 79/100ths off fourth fastest, which is Kieran Perkins. So it goes to show what it was, and albeit for Kieran, and if he's watching there as well, I think he did that in '94 at the Commonwealth Games on his way to the world record.
Wow.
In the 1500, so
Yep.
it goes to show,
Yep.
but still.
Good promise.
Yeah, he just keeps going from strength to strength, Jack, and he'll be so happy with the meet he's had so far, and he's still got the 1500, probably his most favourite event to come as well. So very happy, no doubt very tired, Jack McLaughlin on pool deck with Maggie.
Jack McLaughlin, you're probably wishing the World Championship started tomorrow. You are in red hot form. How do you rate that performance compared to your 400 and 200 earlier in the week?
Yeah, that was all right. To be honest, I kind of want to go a bit faster, but, you know, I'm big 2 days, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far and just the 1500 left, which is exciting.
You're doing it on your own out there. You're all on your own. How do you pace yourself when there's nobody else with you keeping pace?
Well, I kind of pride myself on knowing exactly what pace I'm going. I do a lot of training to kind of around that area, so I kind of knew what I was going, but yeah, it was kind of hurting towards the back.
And going into the World Championships, is there one event that you place more focus on than the others? Is there one that your favoured event is?
I'm kind of looking towards the 800 at the moment. I kind of really like that event. And to be honest, I still have yet to figure out really how to race it. I tried to emulate Jess Ashwood a couple of times because she was phenomenal at it. I'm still yet to get to that level. I'm just trying to find my own way to do it at the moment, so experimenting.
Well, for someone that doesn't really know how to race 800 yet, that was pretty impressive. Good luck in the 1500 later in the week. Everybody, Jack McLaughlin.
Thanks, Maggie.
Thanks, mate. Good job, mate.
Oh, fantastic stuff. And here's the official results there for all those online watching courtesy of Swimming Australia on the 7+ app as well. Jack McLaughlin continues his remarkable meet. Well, that was quick. Thanks. We'll have it back up there. 7:46.79, fifth fastest Australian all time. Personal best for him as well. And Josh Parrish around about 4 seconds outside that qualifying time, unfortunately. And Mac Horton as well. Well, interesting to see what holds the future in store for him as well.
Be interesting to see what selectors decide to do with that race and the men's distance swimming program in its entirety. But I love that interview with Maggie with Jack McLaughlin saying, you know you're feeling well when you say, I just did a PB by 0.8 and I wasn't that happy with the swim. So you know you're feeling good when you're expecting more of yourself. So exciting things for him to come.
Yeah, that 1500 coming up, a little later in the program, and I think on Thursday night. So mark that one down in the diary as well. And the action keeps coming here, and our next meet-up, well, it's going to be another of our community relay races to finish us off for the night. So please welcome our girls' community relay. It's the 4x50 metre medley relay. Let's meet our teams. In lane 2, it's All Hallows. Swimming lane 3, Somerville House. In lane 4, St Margaret's. Lane 5, Somerville House. In 6, St Margaret's. And in lane 7, another team from Somerville House. It's our Community Schools 4x50 metre girls medley relay. So it's our last race of the night, and we started with the boys' schools relay, and we're going to finish with the girls. And a great opportunity for them to come and swim in this same pool, the same night as some of their stars and idols as well. And a great backstroking start on the inside here for All Hallows. Looks like Bronte Job doing the job in lane 2. Out there in lane 6 for St Joseph's Gregory. Oh, sorry, St Margaret's. It was Talia Thornton.
So how many names of the future are we looking at here, Kurt?
How many? That's where it all starts. I guess everyone starts in their, love their school swimming carnivals. And one of my favourite days of the year. 2 reasons, because I love swimming and because I didn't have to do any schoolwork. Double win. But yeah, they do a great job. They just seem to get quicker every year, all the age groupers, and obviously these girls love their swimming and do a lot of training. And it's fantastic to see them get the opportunity to race here under lights in front of their friends and family as well. And it looks like All Hallows there. Lizzie Decker's, they've got a big lead, the All Hallows crew in lane 2. Into that final freestyle leg, and looks like Piper Bryan is going to finish it off here for All Hallows. Led it all the way. Throw it out there to lane 6, St Margaret's. Sophie Martin in the water for them in 2nd spot. Back to 3rd, looks like lane 4, Charlize Farrenson. Take nothing away. All Hallows there, going to come down. First to touch on the wall. And well done to them. St Margaret's there in 2nd, and then back to St Margaret's in 3rd, and Somerville House in 4th spot. So that's a wrap here from night 3 of competition, and gang, it was fast and furious. We'll go through it. Firstly, that women's 200 freestyle, what a race it was between our 2 rock stars here in Swimming Australia.
I certainly have a soft spot for the 200 freestyle. I just find it such a tactical race, and seeing the difference of distance swimmers coming down to sprinters coming up to that distance, and it certainly didn't disappoint tonight with Ariane Titmus and Emma McKeon. Emma, I loved seeing her confidence return, as she spoke about in that post-race interview, the fact that she's been a bit off in that 200 free lately, and it's because she hasn't trusted herself that she does have that speed to go out fast and actually hold on, which is understandable when you've got the likes of Ariane Titmus, who's known as a distance swimmer, coming steaming home down that last lap. So a great tactical race from Emma tonight. A lot of things came into that, but Ariane, she certainly won't like coming second. We know she hates being beaten, which means she'll be fired up come Worlds.
Yeah, love it. Very aggressive swim there from Emma McKeon, and well done there, Shayna Jack and Bree Throssell right there. Also, Maddie Wilson for those relay spots. Maggie, 200 fly. Talk about aggression. Oh, wasn't Davey Morgan. He was aggressive. He went out hard. That stung him that last 50, but took himself to all new heights, a new PB, and automatic qualifier.
Yeah, that was all guts there from David Morgan tonight. Grant Irvin did a great job to push him along the whole race as well. Gutsy swim from him. He'll be stoked to get under that qualifying time. It'll give him a lot of confidence going into the 100 butterfly later in the week. And it's really great to have someone entering that event for the World Champs.
Yeah, both those boys were pretty quick, and you could tell he was glowing red, real bright red, maybe more than normal. And we finish off with that 800 freestyle. And both you two, your thoughts on Jack McLaughlin? We can't speak highly enough. The accolades, what he's turned on this week, it's just been a pleasure to watch.
It certainly has. As we keep saying, he's in his purple patch at the moment. He has just found that sweet spot in swimming, which usually the ones that are really, really good, when you're in that sweet spot, they don't hurt as much. So it's a wonderful double whammy. But I love it when he spoke in the after interview and said, you've just done a PB by 0.8 of a second, and I'm not happy with the swim because I thought I could go faster. So very, very exciting of where he is, and holds great promise for his 1500 later in the week.
Yeah, Maggie, that 1500 coming up. It's his favourite event. He's the Commonwealth champion at Thursday night. Lock it in, swimming fans, don't miss it.
Expect something fast. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I expect a PB, a world qualifying time, and maybe a top 5 in the world for this year, but no biggie.
Yeah, no specifics. Well, we hope you enjoyed the action online, courtesy of Swimming Australia, of course, on the 7 Plus app. Our action continues tomorrow, day 4 of competition. Heats from 10 a.m. and finals at 6 p.m. We hope you can join us. Until then, I'm Kurt Hansen, Gian Rooney and James Magnuson. Thank you and good night.